Once upon a time, in a quiet little town called Maplewood, there lived a scary shadow monster named Shade who had been hiding in the old abandoned house at the end of Elm Street for many years. But what if I told you that this terrifying creature who made everyone run away screaming was actually just very lonely and sad inside, and all he really wanted was to have friends who would care about him and play with him like any other child in the town. Every night, Shade would watch from his dusty window as the children of Maplewood played happily together in the park across the street. There was brave Tommy with his bright red hair and freckles, kind Sarah with her long blonde braids and gentle smile, smart Jake with his curly brown hair and thick glasses, and cheerful Emma with her short black hair and colorful clothes. Shade wished more than anything that he could join them, but whenever he tried to come close, his scary shadow form would frighten everyone away. One stormy evening, when lightning flashed across the sky and thunder roared loudly, Shade felt more lonely than ever before. His sadness grew so strong that it began to change his shadow powers in a strange way. Instead of just being scary, his emotions started to make dark clouds appear around the town, and his loneliness caused cold winds to blow through the streets, making everyone feel afraid and sad without knowing why. The next morning, Tommy was walking to school when he noticed something strange. All the flowers in the park had wilted overnight, and a cold, sad feeling seemed to hang in the air like a heavy blanket. Being brave and curious, Tommy decided to investigate what was causing this mysterious sadness that seemed to be affecting everyone in town. He had a feeling it was coming from the old abandoned house that everyone always avoided. Tommy gathered his three best friends Sarah, Jake, and Emma and told them about his discovery. Sarah, who was always kind to everyone, said, "Maybe someone in that house needs help." Jake, who loved to solve mysteries, adjusted his glasses and said, "We should investigate this scientifically." Emma, who was always cheerful, said, "Let's go help whoever is making everyone feel so sad." Together, the four friends decided to be brave and visit the scary house to find out what was wrong. As the four friends approached the creaky old house, they could hear strange sounds coming from inside. There were deep sighs, sad moaning, and the sound of something heavy moving around. Most children would have run away, but these four friends cared more about helping someone who might be in trouble than they cared about being scared. They knocked gently on the front door and called out, "Hello? Is anyone in there who needs help?" Inside the house, Shade heard the children's voices and felt both excited and terrified. He had never had anyone offer to help him before, but he was afraid that his scary appearance would frighten them away just like everyone else. His shadow form trembled with nervousness as he slowly approached the door. "Go away," he said in a deep, scary voice, but inside he was really thinking, "Please don't leave me alone again." But Tommy, Sarah, Jake, and Emma were not easily frightened when they knew someone needed help. Sarah called out in her sweetest voice, "We're not scared of you. We just want to be your friends and help you feel better." Jake added, "We noticed that everyone in town is feeling sad, and we think you might be sad too." Emma said cheerfully, "Everyone deserves to have friends." Their kind words made Shade feel something he had never felt before, hope. Slowly, very slowly, Shade opened the door just a crack. The four friends could see one glowing yellow eye peeking out at them, and instead of running away, they smiled warmly. "Hi there," said Tommy bravely. "What's your name?" Shade was so surprised by their kindness that he forgot to be scary. "I'm Shade," he whispered in a much smaller voice. "I've been alone for so long, and I don't know how to make friends without scaring everyone away." Sarah stepped forward with her gentle smile and said, "Being different doesn't mean you can't have friends, Shade. We all look different from each other, but that's what makes us special." Jake nodded and said, "Maybe your shadow powers can be used to help people instead of scaring them." Emma clapped her hands excitedly and said, "We can teach you how to play games and have fun." Tommy added, "And we can learn about your cool shadow abilities." For the first time in many years, Shade felt brave enough to open the door completely and step outside. The four friends were not scared at all. Instead, they were fascinated by his shadow form and glowing eyes. "Wow, you're so cool," said Emma. "Can you show us what you can do?" Shade was amazed that someone thought he was cool. Shade discovered that when he felt happy and loved, his shadow powers could create beautiful things instead of scary ones. He made shadow puppets dance on the wall that told funny stories, created cool shade on hot days for the children to play under, and even used his powers to help find lost toys by making shadows point in the right direction. The four friends cheered and clapped, making Shade feel proud and useful for the first time in his life. As the days passed, Shade learned how to play hide and seek using his shadow abilities, how to tell jokes that made everyone laugh instead of scream, and how to use his powers to help people in the town. When Mrs. Johnson lost her cat, Shade used his shadows to search in dark places and found the cat safely hiding under a porch. When the town needed shade for the summer festival, Shade created the perfect cool spots for everyone to enjoy. The more Shade used his powers to help others, the more his appearance began to change. His scary glowing eyes became warm and friendly, his shadow form became less frightening and more gentle, and most importantly, his heart grew bigger and filled with love for his new friends and the people he was helping. He realized that being different was not something to be ashamed of, but something that made him special and useful. One day, a real danger came to Maplewood when a terrible storm threatened to destroy the town's harvest festival. The strong winds were blowing down decorations and rain was ruining the food. But Shade knew exactly how to help. He used his shadow powers to create a giant protective dome of cool shadows over the entire festival area, keeping everyone safe and dry while they continued to celebrate and have fun. The people of Maplewood were so grateful for Shade's help that they officially made him the town's guardian and gave him a special medal of honor. Children who had once been afraid of him now ran up to hug him and ask him to play. Adults thanked him for his kindness and invited him to all the town events. Shade had finally found the love and acceptance he had always dreamed of. Tommy, Sarah, Jake, and Emma were so proud of their friend Shade and how he had transformed from a scary monster into a beloved hero. They had learned that sometimes the scariest-looking people are just lonely and need someone to show them kindness and friendship. Shade had learned that his differences were not something to hide from, but gifts that he could use to help others and make the world a better place. As the seasons changed, Shade became an important part of the community. He helped at the school by creating fun shadow shows for the children, assisted the firefighters by using his shadows to search for people in dark places, and even helped the farmers by providing shade for their crops during hot summer days. He had found his purpose in life by using his unique abilities to serve others with love and kindness. Years passed, and Shade became a legend in Maplewood, but not as a scary monster. He was known as the Shadow Guardian who protected the town and helped everyone in need. Children would visit him every day to play and learn, and he would tell them stories about the importance of kindness, acceptance, and using your special gifts to help others. His four best friends had grown up, but they never forgot the lesson they learned about not judging others by their appearance. And so, the scary shadow monster who had once been feared by everyone became the most beloved friend in all of Maplewood. Shade learned that true friendship comes from kindness, understanding, and accepting others for who they are. Tommy, Sarah, Jake, and Emma learned that the bravest thing you can do is reach out to someone who seems different or scary, because they might just be lonely and in need of a friend. The town learned that differences should be celebrated, not feared, and that everyone has something special to offer the world. This story teaches us that we should never judge others by how they look or seem different from us. Sometimes the people who appear scary or strange are just lonely and need kindness and friendship. Everyone has special gifts and abilities that can be used to help others when they are shown love and acceptance. The bravest thing we can do is reach out to someone who seems different and offer them our friendship. When we treat others with kindness and understanding, we can help them become the best version of themselves, and we make the world a better place for everyone. If you enjoyed this heartwarming story about friendship and acceptance, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more amazing tales that teach important lessons and bring families together.